Many of you contacted me asking me how you can book a reading with me. Navigate to my channel page and find my name. Click on the More button. And there it will open up the About box section. There I have listed the number of questions, the number of minutes, the number of questions, and the price, along with the delivery method. So say for instance you contact me, you say, Tara, I would like to have a 45-minute reading, my most popular package by the way, and you can see that it's 3 to 4 questions, the price, and the delivery method. Here you can find my email address, and so that's all you have to do. Let me show you again. Come to find my name, click on the More button, and there you have all the instructions on how to book. So let's get to the reading right now. Hi Taurus, this is going to be your Sun, Moon, and Rising video for September 2024. I had a dickens of a time. I recorded one for you yesterday, but somehow it got lost on my computer. And then I accidentally deleted a major folder that I needed for my backups. That was a nightmare. So I'm bringing you a new fresh reading for today. I have with me the Radiant White deck. Oh, incidentally, I spilled coffee all over my other second Radiant White deck, and I had to throw it in the trash. I have the the Levita Sibila for clarification should I need. And also, I spilled coffee all over my whole desk. So my angel answer cards got ruined as well. So I will be wrapping your reading up with a Golden Nostradamus card. Yesterday was hell for me. Let's turn the camera around so we can get to the reading. I have to go to physical therapy in about an hour and a half. Hopefully everything will, yes, straighten out. So I'm gonna put another rifle. I already did some meditation and shuffling on the Taurus Sun and glyph, but I want to put another shuffle and rifle on the cards. It will be a 9-card spread. I have to slow down and talk because if I don't, my words come out really messed up. So here we go. Let's get the cards. First card down is the 2 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles. The 7 of Cups. Somehow my camera is not focused because it's not coming out clear. There we go. I think it's my light. The 3 of Swords. Interesting because even though the cards are different, it's telling the same story that it told you yesterday. The Hangman. The 6 of Wands. The Page of Coins. The 10 of Swords. It's telling almost exactly the same story. Different cards, but it's the same story. The King of Pentacles. All except this card. Because the other card showed a Queen of Swords. as the first card out. She was up here. So what is under the over the entire reading, the entire energy? The Nine of Swords. Let me turn off my light, and maybe that would not make it look so funny. There we go. Yeah. I still have my hurricane shutters up over my windows, and so that's why it's kind of dark in here. Okay. The cards are read. Past, present, future. Past, present, future. The interplay of the cards. I have with me 4 pentacles. 2 swords. A cup. And right in the center I have major arcana. 1 cup card. One court card. And the repeater number is 3s. Right off the bat, I will tell you that 2 3s in a reading can suggest a small but pleasant surprise. However, let's start in the center of the reading with the Hangman. The Hangman is a card about waiting, about patience, about allowing things to develop as they will. It's also about sacrifice. So sometimes this card can say, no matter what you want or how you want it, you might have to sacrifice in order to get it. Making contradictory moves. When you most want to force your will on someone, that's when you should surrender. When you most want to have your way, you should yield. And by making those contradictory moves, things end up being okay. Sometimes I see this card as having someone who's experiencing ankle, leg, foot, back, head problems, like migraine headaches. See how he's on the... But the most important thing about the Hangman is that he placed himself in this situation. Nobody forced him. He simply climbed up and hung himself upside down in I guess a posture of surrender until he can get a clearer picture on what's happening. That card is ruled by Neptune. So it may be that you have a lot of confusion or a lot of illusions, fantasies, building castles in the sky. And so you got to get clear on what's going on. So I start with the 2 of Pentacles. It's a 2, which means a decision has to be made between 2 things. Usually this card can indicate that sometimes you're juggling 2 situations at once, or maybe you're working 2 jobs at once. But you're trying to balance 2 things, different things, and it's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. So usually it's related to finances. But I think, at least I feel, by looking at the card, that you're all a see about something. Your emotions are quite up and down on how you feel about this situation. Now, 2 3s can mean, I told you, a small but pleasant surprise, but it also means at least 3 people could be involved in a situation. And the 3 of Pentacles is a card about cooperation, building. It definitely has some financial things in it. So this can be like you're trying to build a business, or you're trying to build a home, something like that. I don't see any houses here in the cards. But as you can see, the 2 people on the right have gone to someone with a bit more knowledge than they have, asking, can they do it? So negotiations sometimes comes up with this card. I think I can't get the lighting right. Ever since I put my hurricane shutters up, the lighting in my room and this room sucks. Maybe I can off balance it with this. And pull the shade down to my right. Yeah, okay. So a lot of times negotiations will come up with this card. But it's followed by a bunch of confusion. In other words, there are so many choices for you to choose from, you don't know what to pick. It goes back to the phrase of maybe you are dreaming or fantasizing about something. Maybe it's nightmares about picking the right thing. See how the figure is in relief in the front of the card in the foreground? But it's a 7, and 7s are mystical numbers, spiritual numbers, and the 7 of Cups says that you absolutely can pick the right thing for yourself. In the card you have self-actualization, temptation, property, money, peace, and power. But you don't know what the 7th thing is right there. And so the card counsels that if you can identify the most important thing that you have to make a decision about, then everything else will fall into place. You may decide you don't even need some of these other things. So pick whatever the most important aspect of your situation is, and then go from there. And you will be successful if you do that. The 3 of Swords says, did I count the 2 swords? Says that it's a card about being disappointed, being bitter, having resentments. Maybe someone said something or did something to you that kind of hurt you, really hurt you in the heart. But it's a 3. And it says that the pain won't last long, and that sometimes you have to experience short-term pain in order to get long-term gain. Sometimes it can say expect a message to come, but the message will not be so good. Miscommunications. Under a Mercury retrograde, that's true. Over to the 6 of Wands. This card talks about victory, receiving some kind of accolades, recognition. It's a 6, so it speaks to balance and harmony. But I think it's speaking to me right now because it's a wand. It speaks about your desire and determination to actually overcome this. Not win, but overcome. And it was a 5 before it was the 6 of Wands. The 5 of Wands says that somebody might be playing head games with you. You have arguments and fights, disagreements, usually when in a work arena, is what the 5 says. But the 6 says you get to overcome that. And if nobody else recognizes that you overcame, you at least can be proud of yourself. The Page of Coins is a card about just messages. Pages always come as messages to me, but it's not a fully fledged message. It's like beginning of a message. So maybe this is, it started last month. It could start at the time of the reading. It can even play out until September or October. But the Page of Coins is talking about, it's a message about doing something. It's like having a new opportunity. But you have to do the research to make sure that what you're doing is not going to cause any confusion and disappointments to you. So it's not just about money, it's a doing of something. But we find the Ten of Swords next to the message. So whatever this is, it's not going to happen the way you think. The outcome will not be what you think it will be or should be. Because Ten of Swords talks about an ambush situation. It talks about stabbing somebody in the back. And that's what you may think. It's a Swords card. Swords always deal with thoughts, perceptions, communication, and ideas. Belief systems, or what you believe, or what you think you know, what you think you believe. Again, I'm getting the message that someone involved may have back trouble, lower back trouble, neck trouble. But the card also says that the Ten of Swords, that it means that the crisis point has been reached. It can't get any worse than it is. So expect this situation to change quickly. I think it's going to happen quickly. Also, it talks about travel over water, by water, around water, near water. And I think it talks about moving. I feel that there is movement in the spread because I have the boats here. I have a horse here. And the depiction of a trip or travel. Now, even though this is a King of Pentacles, if you are a female, you can behave like a king. We all have the capacity to be one or the other. I would take this to mean you are like handling your business. You have a business pretty well to do or prosperous. And I said I didn't see any houses. There's the depiction of homes or houses in the background. See? He's sitting in his garden. That represents Taurus, the King of Pentacles. But it could also be a man. So I feel that if you are been married or partner up with a Taurus male, then you would show up as a Queen of Pentacles. But if not, the King of Pentacles usually relates to a business owner, a financial advisor, a stockbroker, somebody who has made money. It was not given to him. He made it himself. And usually he has pretty good advice. But another odd thing, I have these 3 pentacles here, 3 swords here. That makes 3 pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. This makes 3 pentacles. So it keeps coming back to either money or a situation about doing something. And at least 3 people being involved. For the overall energy, it's a Knight of Swords. And it says to me that whatever this situation is, it's been causing you sleepless nights, insomnia, fear. You have climbed down into your mind, right there, and the situation may not be as dire as you think it is. They're only thoughts. Who controls your thoughts? Nobody but you. And so the card is trying to tell me something else about this situation. You have to climb out of your mind and see what the reality is. This card is tied to the 7 of Cups. How you're thinking is confusing you, how you're feeling. And how you're feeling is confusing the way that you are thinking, or making you fearful. Now, the only card that I cannot look at is the King of Coins, because he represents a person, whether it's you or somebody else. So I will turn that card over. And what I can do is look at these three cards at the top, the Three of Swords, the Six of Wands, and this is a court card too, so I have to turn him over. And the Ten of Swords. Going back to this, let me tell you what I see. A choice has to be made, and you make a decision of trying to overcome it, and then you do something new, or you receive news that's going to allow you to do something new. But this confusion and sadness and resentment and bad news, perhaps, it's either have to do with this particular king, or it's about yourself being a strong leader. These two cards. And I say that you have had to wait on something. Maybe I think you were trying to buy a house, some kind of property. That's what I feel. So let me turn these two cards over, and I will read and see if I can get any other messages as they relate to the Hangman. Starting with the Two of Pentacles. I don't see. Yes, I do. With the Hangman. Two of Pentacles with the Hangman. In the reading, it asks you to have patience as things are happening behind the scenes and the timing is not quite right. A situation is materializing to your benefit. So wait until the time is right rather than attempting to push the issue. Do not be impatient. Well, that makes sense. The Three of Pentacles. Next to the Three of Swords, maybe an indication that some loss in business or finances is inevitable. You are asked to be prepared to make relevant and necessary changes. It can also indicate a clash of personalities within a working environment or situation that may bring about disagreements and an inability to compromise. So this guy could be your boss. The Six of Wands. Can tell of temporary gains and small victories, but also a cessation of a struggle. It tells you to have faith in yourself. It suggests that good news is coming and there is an improvement in relationship. That could be any kind of relationship. You know, business or personal. And now I look at the Ten of Swords. I didn't look at the Seven of Cups. Let me look at the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups just says for you to narrow down your choices as you have too many options to choose from, which may lead to confusion. Push aside those ideas that do not suit your goals. You are asked not to be too disheartened by the delay in activities, and so it will be wise to use this time to reflect on the positive aspects that already exist in your life. The Ten of Swords. Let me say this. If this is somebody that you don't know or don't know well at all, be careful, because the Ten of Swords could be a warning to take the utmost care when undertaking any new venture at this time, particularly if you're dealing with someone you don't know or don't know well or at all. This leads to feelings of distrust and suspicion, and these feelings within you may be warranted. So look closely at all avenues and from all angles, and only proceed if you feel that it is the right thing for you to do. The reading yesterday had a warning of being careful about falling into a trap of too much expenditure. I just have to tell you that. So, I would like to take a look at this King of, on the off chance that he is not somebody that you know well or know well at all. And I have just to reiterate, you're under a Mercury retrograde, and this card here has an indication that there's some kind of contract to be signed. Although it's plans in real life, you can look at that. Damn it, this camera is so crappy. You can look at that like a contract in the making, or one that was agreed to, but now you have to wait. I think that it might be saying after a period of waiting, (3 weeks to 10 weeks, and 10 weeks seems a lot far off, but that would put us around late October. Let's just look at the King of Pentacles, shall we? The Amuleto, the sick person. It talks about situations that make you sick, people that make you sick, of having to visit places that you don't want to go to. So if travel is involved, that could be one of the things. But also has an implication of resting and taking care of yourself. Letter. So this really means expect a letter or package in the mail, usually within a week's time. It can be 24 hours, that fast. And the Domestico. And the Domestico implies that there's somebody willing to help you. But again, I give that warning to be cautious about what you're doing, particularly if you see a change or receive news right now, because the other message is about the domestico. He's kind of a sketchy person. See him coming back with his hat in his hand. And the question is he doing what he does for you, or is he doing it for himself? And the message precedes him before he arrives. Now, let's... and you got two messages here. So you receive one before and you receive one after. Let's see what the Nostradamus cards have to say. The Tree, number 22. If you cannot have what you want, then settle for what you can. The stability of the tree advises caution. It is not the right time to take change or take risk. I'm sorry. It is not the right time to change or take risk. Save your energy and seek stability in mind and body. So there you have it. That's what I have for you, Taurus, for September 2024. I hope you found that helpful. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. Until next time, be good to yourselves.